the blues is the root of all music. Because I've noticed through the years, there have been so many changes in music. But somehow, blues has gotten lost in the shuffle. And I think the young people today need to get interested in the blues. I'd like to see young blues singers.
The origin of the blues is not unlike the origins of life. For many years, it was recorded only by memory and relayed only live and in person. The blues were born in the North Mississippi Delta following the Civil War and quickly found home in Memphis, Tennessee. Influenced by African roots, field hollers, ballads, church music, and rhythmic dance tunes called jump-ups that evolved into a music for a singer who would engage in call and response with a guitar. Instrumental blues had been recorded as early as 1913. During the 20s, the blues became a national craze. The blues have strongly influenced almost all popular music, including jazz, country, rock and roll, hip-hop, and rap. When Mayor Boss Crump shut down Beale Street, the blues migrated to Chicago, where it became electrified and where a certain young woman would embrace her calling.
Blues and country music was all that my daddy would let us listen to. And for some reason, I always wanted to sing the blues.
Raised in Belzoni, Mississippi, she sang in local churches before moving to Chicago in the early 1960s when she was in her early teens, and would attend shows at the Regal Theater, always returning home to write songs. She got to know blues musicians and began giving her songs to them, until one day a Chess Records executive stopped by at Mixer's Lounge, where LaSalle was working as a barmaid. He listened to one of her songs and took it down to Chess Records, and the company later signed her as a vocalist. 2 years later, LaSalle recorded and produced her own record with the help of Billy the Kid Emerson, the Chess executive who'd originally shown an interest in her. Her first single, A Love Reputation, was a modest regional hit. In 1981, she signed as a singer and songwriter with Malaco Records, for whom she released a string of critically acclaimed albums through the 1980s and 90s, starting with Lady in the Street and The Right Place, Right Time soon followed. She also carried on as a record producer and live performer. LaSalle now resides in Jackson, Tennessee with her husband, James E. Wolfe, where they participate in the community.
Welcome to Blues Legend Cafe. I'm your hostess, Denise LaSalle. We have some great things cooking up in here for you today. I'm talking about the blues, honey. And I have a special guest star that I want you to meet. You're gonna find out all about him. So come on, let's go in.
Denise is not just getting older, she's getting better. Time has not diminished her writing skills or her voice. Denise's career started over 47 years ago on Westbound Records, producing her first gold record, Trapped by a Thing Called Love. Denise was established as a top female soul blues artist and earned the title Queen of Soul Blues. Denise has always pushed to keep the blues alive. She founded the National Association for the Preservation of Blues in 1986 to advocate for the blues on the radio.
On Blues Legend Cafe, we intend to bring you some of the best in blues entertainment. So many of my friends, such as Bobby Rush, B.B. King, I know him pretty well. We worked on many shows together. Bobby Bland, a good friend of mine. We have Marvin Cease. We have Willie Clayton, who's a dynamic entertainer. Miss Shirley Brown. Al Green, for instance. I would ask them what the blues mean to them and how would they influence the young generation in becoming interested in becoming blues singers. These are things we never get a chance to find out at concerts. So tell us about yourself.
When I reached my adolescent years, I began to come around. I learned a little bit about playing the guitar, you know.
We've done so many shows together. We've been all over the world together. As a matter of fact, we even went to Europe together But we did about 9 countries in Europe at one time. You remember that?
Europe was just a phenomenal piece there, and you do one of my songs on the show that you last time,
right,
called "Don't Cry No More."
So let me ask you a question now. What inspired you? What do you have to say to inspire the younger generation that's coming up singing the blues?
Well, first of all, I would say is I would encourage them to learn more about the blues, to become familiar with it, and stop sampling so much music and learn how to read music and to be able to appreciate music just a little bit more.
When did you start singing the blues? How did you know that the blues was what you wanted to sing? You know, we all have the blues. Some of us don't know it. Most of us was born with the blues. Sometimes something has to happen to bring that blues out of you. The very essence of a blues singer has nothing to do with where they played or who they played with. The blues lives within them, and it's a part of their soul. And that's what I'm going to do with this show. Expose the true blues inside of these legends in hope of helping future generations unlock and find the blues lover within themselves. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to show the world a side of the blues it's never seen before. The blues is not about glitz and glamour. It's about pure and simple truth of life.
The Blues Legends Cafe will be a roaming icon. We're going to go where these great musical artists live and meet them in their favorite cafe, in their backyard, where the blues lives in them and is very much a part of their everyday life. So join Denise LaSalle each week as she travels the country to bring you the very best of the blues legends this world has ever known. And as she brings you into their homes, their cafes, their towns, and into the very secrets that gave roots to the blues in their hearts, that would also change the way a nation experienced music and influenced a culture for generations to come, building a foundation for today's American life.